OK, let's get some more on this now, and we can join our reporter Vinny O'Connor, who was at the game last night and is very much still in Paris. Good morning, Vinny. There might be a glimmer of light for Liverpool, but really, when you look at the performance last night, were they just completely outclassed?
It seemed to be the case, and it was difficult at one point to work out whether it was the formation that Arne Slot had gone with and Liverpool getting to grips with that, or indeed the fact that PSG were just so good. At the same time, of course, 2-0 is still a dangerous scoreline. I think maybe that's why we saw some of the frustration from Ousmane Dembele at the chances that he didn't take, and in that respect as well, I just wonder whether he was casting his mind back to 2019 when he was part of that Barcelona side that was 3-0 up in the Nou Camp. He missed a chance late in that game, having come on as a late substitute as well, blazing over the bar on that occasion that would have put Barcelona 4-0 up. And of course, in the second leg of that semi-final, Liverpool went on to overturn that deficit and go on to become European champions. But it was a surprise from Arne Slot to see the formation that he went with. The first time that I've seen him do it in his Liverpool career, and of course going with three at the back, centre-back partnership, or three, I should say, of Virgil van Dijk in the centre of it, with Konate on the right-hand side and Joe Gomez on the left, and Frimpong and Kerkez operating as wing-backs, McAllister and Gravenberch, the two deep-lying midfielders. And then effectively it seemed almost like three up top, where Szoboszlai at times was playing through the middle, Wirtz at times was playing through the middle, Ekitike out towards the left-hand side, and if Wirtz wasn't playing through the middle, then he was playing out on the right-hand side. Szoboszlai was trying to cover ground as well in almost like a false line position at times. And to a certain extent, I suppose early on in the game, it frustrated PSG a little bit, but then ultimately it didn't work to a certain extent as well because of the chances that PSG created. So how did Arne Slot feel about how that formation all came together on the night? This is what he had to say when we spoke to him after the match.
I thought we could try to press them really high and aggressive, because Jeremy and Milos are also two players. If you press Hakimi and if you press Nuno Mendes, usually players like Jeremy and Milos are better equipped for that than out-and-out wingers. But I think we could also see that every time when we tried to press them high and aggressive, those were also the moments where we were completely ripped apart. It's clear and obvious that we will not play the same tactic as we played tonight. It's completely fine with me if everyone wants to focus on the tactic. But for me, that's absolutely not the story of the game today. Every tactic has been tried over here, but the result is always the same. Paris Saint-Germain blowing the opponent away.
Well, Vinny, Slot also kind of alluding to the fact there that it's not the first team that have gone to PSG and had their game plan ripped apart. I mean, they needed a goal, though, and he didn't bring on Mo Salah, and he did make a fair few substitutions on the night. So how come? Why didn't he bring on Salah when they needed that goal so desperately?
Well, I think in some ways I can understand it. The team selection in many ways was designed to try and stop and keep PSG quiet, albeit we obviously saw the chances that they did ultimately create. At the same time, of course, though, if you're trying to stop the opposition, then Mo Salah isn't necessarily the most suited to that kind of game plan. And as you say, though, Hannah, the fact is Liverpool effectively didn't lay a glove on PSG, no shots on target. When you're in that situation and it's only a 2-goal deficit that you're facing, then maybe it's worth rolling the dice and trying to snatch something. And Mo Salah, again, we saw even in that defeat to Manchester City, having chances particularly early on as well, where he didn't take the shot early, took that extra touch, and Kuzanov was able to get back and make the block. So in that respect, as I say, I think there is an argument to say that why not utilise Mo Salah in those circumstances when you're searching for a goal? It was certainly something that was put to Arne Slot at the end of the game, and this is what the explanation that he gave as regards his reluctance to use Mo Salah on the night.
I think in the last part of the game it was more about surviving for us than there was ever a chance that we could score. Yeah, you never know, because last season we scored 5 minutes before the end. Harvey Elliott when I took Mo off. But I don't think, I think this was a 20-25 minutes where we were only defending. And Mo has so much qualities, but for Mo to be 20-25 minutes defending inside his own box, I think it's better for him to save his energy for a lot of games that are coming up in the upcoming weeks.
Arne Slot also said that they would be very different in the second leg. There is that opportunity to overturn a 2-goal deficit. Before that, of course, they've got another battle to face in terms of Champions League qualification for next season. That's when they face Fulham at home. Then, as I say, that opportunity again against PSG, where Arne Slot is talking about needing a very different performance before ultimately another big game when it comes to Champions League qualification for next season, a Merseyside derby away at Everton.